tasty. Good evening. That's a good opening entrance as ever. Anyway, let's do some World of Final Fantasy. It's World of Final Fantasy. There may be some pop cracks and whiz bangs and other such things. It is the weekend. There's more to that sentence than just it's the weekend. I just can't quite think. Because, oh no, yeah, it is the 5th. I was getting confused. I was scared. It's not the 5th today, just to clarify. It's the 6th today. But it's the weekend just after Guy Fawkes. And therefore, there's a lot of whiz, bang, bang, bang. What firework goes with bib, 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 bib? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure there's probably one somewhere.
World of Final Fantasy.
Oh, World of Final Fantasy, yes. World of Final Fantasy.
I do, actually, in fairness. It sounded more sarcastic than intended, it did suggest. But yeah, Charlotta, is it? Charlottes? That's Charlottes. But I think this is a Final Fantasy 11 character. I mean, there might be Charlotta, yeah, Charlotta's Solace. I don't know. I might be mistaken. Oh no, I don't think it's who I think it is then.
Welcome to Charlotta's
I mean, it
Solace.
might still end up being an old character. I don't know, but this might be a new one for this game.
So much warminess.
That's not a word, Lan.
Hello there. Would it be okay if we rest here for a little bit?
Sure. The Solace wouldn't be much of an inn if we turned away freezing travelers.
Whoa, Lan, you're supposed to
We don't see
stay in
very
the
many
normal,
giants
stay in the
these
little
days.
form, mate.
Lon, what are you...
Whoops. Oh, she doesn't really seem all that shocked.
Oh, well, I'm sure some folks would make a fuss. But I remember a time when giants wouldn't warrant a second look. It's only lately your kind has truly gotten scarce. But even then, I doubt anyone's eyes have been popping out.
Well, now that you mention it, I guess not.
Don't give it a second thought. Everyone is welcome under my roof.
Although the inn
Although it
is a
would
little
help
bit
if you
small.
did a little shopping before you
It's a
go
little
on
bit
your
small
merry
for
way.
Lan's giant
Good
form.
idea.
There you go. Much
I
better,
wonder if
kid.
she's got anything to keep us warm. That would help.
We're gonna... There's a glowing thing that looks like it warm us up. I suppose in fairness, it's my own... Technically, I started it by being in giant form in the first place. There is something stacked on the cat's head! Remove it and examine it. Okay, an old personal posting. Cool. Well, the cat didn't want that on its head anyway, I'm sure. That's the wrong button. That's the right button. There we go. Items. Let's find out. The old personal posting. Lady with a tail. I'm looking for a nice older girl with a tail. One time when I was on a boat with Papa, there was a storm and... Oh, she's definitely an expressive little girl talking like this. I was on a boat with Papa. There was a storm and all these mean mirages came out. I was so scared. But this nice girl suddenly came and helped us. She spread her arms out like this and boom! A magic wall appeared out of nowhere. I wrote a letter thanking her for saving us, and I want to give it to her myself. I hope that someone can find her for me. That is my expressive little girl. As you can tell, professional actor in the house. For that definitely sounded like an expressive little girl. So nothing doing talking to you.
Make yourselves right at home.
I will. I've already stolen something off of your cat's head.
Ooh,
Do.
is this for warming up?
I don't know.
Oh, this looks nice and toasty.
You're going to have to specify what it is first.
Excuse me, how much do you want for this?
I see. Is it? I think it's literally a sort of
Wait a sec.
one of those little
Tell me
pads
you're
that
not
you
planning to cross the ice field.
sort of
We
crush up
kinda
the
have to get to
things and
Saronia.
create some kind of chemical reaction. I
Forget
think
it,
don't.
don't even bother. Making the trip at this time of year would be difficult enough on its own. But for a while now, the ridge has been overrun by nasty mirages. No traveler is safe. Giant or Lilikin, you would be torn right to pieces.
Nah, you'd be
Oh,
surprised.
yeah? We can handle some mirages. You can just point us right at those suckers.
Huh?
Oh, you see, we're Mirage Keepers. And we're actually on a journey right now to gather as many of them as we can.
Yes, we're on a journey. We want to be the very best.
Oh,
Like no one ever
wow.
was.
We have had a lot of guests over the years, but you two are definitely
It's a shame. I don't think my
first
brain would
ever
allow me to
Mirage
do
Keepers.
those lyrics to the
Excuse
Final
me?
Fantasy, to a Final Fantasy theme song.
Sorry to intrude.
Yeah, I think she's
My
significant.
name is Raffia.
Most people who are significant get a little name check in the corner,
I've been
but
stuck here in the inn for a while
I
now
can't remember
because
where
of all the mirages in
from.
Icicle Ridge. Raffia, are you certain about this?
There's a
Yes.
part of me feeling like it
I've made up
might
my
be. It's certainly, I don't think, one of the main series, although I could be
Don't
wrong.
give me that look. I won't
Anything
stop
sort of
you.
pre-6, my knowledge is fairly spotty.
Hey.
So I don't
Mirage
think
Keepers.
she's from 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yes?
10,
You did say you're on your way to
12.
Saronia, right?
That's right.
or
In fact,
13 or
you might say
15.
that we're on a mission of sorts for
She might be
Cornelia.
from something
So
like
we can't
Tactics,
stay here
maybe. I
long.
do wonder.
Good grief.
I could be
I
wrong.
must be the only one around here with a lick of sense. Okay, fine, you win. But at least take along the Warlock's warmer. In exchange, I want you to let Raffia here go along on the trip with you.
No
She knows a
problem.
bit of white magic. You can't say no to that.
Charlotta.
Hey, no skin off my nose.
Or mine. Besides, if she can use white magic, she'd really be doing us a favor.
Great, everybody wins.
Hell yeah.
So, if that's settled, why not rest up before you go?
Just point me in the direction of my bed. A Warlock's Warmer. As I say, I think it's like a magical version of a little hand pocket warmer thing. No, I don't know. Oh, sorry.
You
Yeah,
have any
hello.
mirages that use fire magic? They should.
Yes, I believe I've still got Knick-Knack. Do I still have Knick-Knack here somewhere? Yes, I do! I have little Nicky. Nick, who is in fact a knack. No, he's got primarily physical attacks. Although that one might have some fire. No, mostly biting. That one's electrical, of course. Tama would be the only other one with fire. Fire in your hole. There we go. A warm pouch that has been filled with fire spellstones. So you just stand up with a fiery stones. Right, let's... Now, that's intriguing. That's the wrong person. Yes! Smart party! You can use the rename prism to change a mirage's name whenever you want. It's reusable. So there's no need to hold back. Nice. So I can now re-nickname things if I so choose. I probably won't, truth be told, but, you know, that's an option.
Normally, I would have charged you through the roof for that Warlock's warmer.
That
Just
cat
so you
doesn't
know.
appear to be moving its feet in time with its journey. Did anybody else see that? Are you gonna do it again? I assume if you look like you were mooching one way, you're going to end up mooching the other way, but now you seem to have just settled in. God only knows what it's staring at. There may be like a hole in the wall and it's, you know, what the butler saw. Oh, there we go, yeah. It's definitely, it's moving just a touch quicker than the animation on the legs would suggest it should, which is odd visually. There's always that slight, if something's moving
Half as bad now.
horizontally, sort of in a way that doesn't quite match the leg movement, it is quite peculiar. I've known that in the past from my own sort of animation attempts. If you don't move it just right,
Here we come.
yeah. Oh yes, here we the come. Everybody wants the come. Do 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 do. So very childish, but
Is that the ridge they were
exactly
talking about?
what we need.
It looks like the icicles have formed a bridge across the ravine.
Yes. Now this is almost reminiscent of Final Fantasy 13, but then again, there's usually an ice area in all of these places. So,
There's
Unless there's an
that's the way to
obvious...
Saronia, and that's through this ridge.
an obvious link to Final Fantasy 13. It could be any other reference to...
Stay close to us, Refia. Okay?
Oh yeah, well yeah, well, yeah. And are you gonna... do you just heal me randomly? Are you in battle? I suppose eventually we're gonna find out, but... you know, I want these answers... I want these questions answered now! That's intriguing. Oh, Knack's gonna... Knick-Knack is just gonna do that automatically. That's nice.
Melted. Thanks, Sizzle.
Yeah.
Thanks indeed. Let's keep going.
I think... yeah, it's interesting. At the inn, of course, there was the suggestion that it would be beneficial to have a fire creature. However, the moment you get in the dungeon, you very much find that it is no longer a suggestion, it is a requirement. Which is always interesting. Right, okay. Inflict blindness. Okay. I don't think I've got anything that inflicts blindness. That's inconvenient. No. Inflict sleep, but that's not blindness, is it? And yeah, I really need to. I need to pop to the shop and actually get some items that trigger status ailments, because there's quite a few of these elements where they just want you to do something fancy. Like inflict blind, which is not something I would usually do. I mean, I've played these games on SaturJay RPG before, so anybody watching should possibly know that I'm fairly simplistic in my battling style. If I can twat them quicker and harder and fast, well, harder and faster, I suppose. Ignore the quicker bit, because obviously that's the same as faster. If I can twat them harder and faster than they can twat me, we're quids in and I'll probably win. I don't get behind the idea of trying to indulge in status ailments unless absolutely necessary. There's nothing fancy, it's just attack, 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 and then heal where necessary. Which is kinda what you want. So Refia, we can confirm, not in the battle. Whether she does some kind of white magic post-battles, I don't know. Or she's completely meaningless and there was no point in actually bringing her along. They just sort of wanted to emphasise her white magic because of story reasons. But it would be nice. Oh, she's just phased through the world there. So, I mean, that's an impressive technique if you can use it. I must admit, it feels like, yeah. Oh. There appears to be sort of a double whammy of mysterious I don't know where to goes. But where's... it's a shame that doesn't scroll a bit quicker. Yeah, if you zoom out it scrolls. It does look like the star might be over there. Okay, well that doesn't really narrow it down for me. But I'll tell you what, let's deal with this clear dead end for now. Oh, mixed with the fact that I don't... interesting. I don't know... oh. Could end up in a load of battles because I'm trying to figure out the geometry of this area. I'm not convinced I can actually get where I thought I could get. Go Foxfire! Foxfire, Foxfire, Foxfire. Does he really? Yes, he does. He Foxfire. Go, channel the darkness. I believe in a thing of love. Not even close to the actual tune. Of course, they are very dark-looking bats, so you would assume they are not standard. So they're not an element that would be weak to darkness. Although I must admit, I wasn't expecting a weakness. I was just expecting it to not be shite. Who's this? It's you, good girl. Now we shall use Foxfire, killing it stone dead. Yeah. I do quite like the hand ones. There are better base units, but I don't know. The hands are kind of entertaining because they are basically just large hands. But yeah, that map must be... you must wrap back round and down perhaps at some point. So I was confused. I was confused as to how the map worked, but I don't have as many options as I thought I did. Which is fine. It's sometimes quite good not to have too many options, because then you don't have to get confused. You can just progress. Progress through the thing. Aquachacho! Restored the Mirage's HP. Okay, interesting. Well, I suppose let's twat one first to make it justified in restoring its HP. Now, do I do it with an item, or do I do it with a cure spell? Do I even have a cure spell? Yes. Yes, Tama has a cure spell, so Tama should be able to do that. Mew might have a cure spell by now? I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Yes, you have a cure spell, which means I should be able to imprison this little creature. That's our wee penguin. I must admit, I missed its official name, even though I did labour it. I was only really looking at the prism tunity. It's why sometimes a lot of the information goes nowhere near my brain, because I know exactly where the information I want is, so I just go, boom, and found it, boom, down. No, not quite. We have to catch a penguin. Gotta catch a penguin or two. Ba-da-ba-da-boo. Well, that's a shame. Has my prism tunity gone? Or did we catch? I'm confused now. I think I caught it. Definitely no longer sure. Because I either accidentally killed it or I caught it. I'm fairly certain I didn't accidentally kill it. It's just... yeah, it did. I clearly blinked and somehow missed the capture. Missed the capture of the little penguin. So I could call him Pingu, assuming we do actually have one, of course. Which I cannot guarantee, because I wasn't... No? Yes? No! Okay. Interesting. Did he run away then? Wow. Yeah. I just lost focus entirely there. And the creature disappeared. Whoa!
Yes. How are we
It's
supposed to get any traction?
a standard
There's no way to turn mid-slide.
ice puzzle.
Plan ahead.
Yeah, it's not too difficult, truth be told, although I suppose probably...
There's no way to turn mid-slide.
Well, I know.
We'll need to plan ahead.
Yeah, I think you've said that bit there. I suppose it's because I managed to move out the way in some fashion. But if I was going to say, if the penguins do crop up again, which luckily they have, we shall have another go of actually trying to get the... Oh, no, that was an insta-kill on the penguin. That's fine. That was an insta-kill on a penguin. That's an insta-kill on a ever-loving penguin. Not what I'd intended. I must admit, I don't know. I'm going to try this. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know, but it's always worth trying. Yep, it worked. That's fine. I wasn't sure, because by, recover it, I think the exact wording they use there is restore the Mirage's HP. Now, because it had maximum HP, I was... Oh, you little prat. You little arsehole. Yes. Apparently, when I heal it, it seems to be a lot more encouraged to run away. I don't know whether that's just coincidence that they do just generally run away, or they have a sort of set thing where if you try and cure them, they will run away. Now, is it going to be worthwhile? I don't know. But I'm assuming there's probably... Oh, okay, yes, it is definitely worthwhile. Oh, in fact, this is the way out as well. And it doesn't... I thought melting that would change the landscape completely, but because it's a bonus chest, it doesn't. You would still get stuck on the chest, even though you're not stuck on the ice.
Look out!
I've forgotten both words, which is amazing.
Yeah, we got this.
I guess we're doing this.
Stalagmite. Stalagmite and stalactite. See, the problem was I couldn't remember either one of those words.
I've got this.
let alone which way round they are. Oh, unimprisonable. Oh well, that's fine. Whatever. It's time to kill you. Sorry, little knack. Oh, one punch and he run off. Never mind. I don't know if these dogs have some significance other than just being a sort of slightly impertinent impediment. An impertinent impediment. You, sir, an impertinent impediment to my immaculate... I'm trying to think of plenty of other words that begin with I that have got plenty of syllables. But that's about as far as I can get.
Must have been those nasty mirages Charlotta warned us about.
No.
This will be tricky.
I don't... Well, I mean, it wasn't that tricky, was it? We just hit them once and they ran off. But it does suggest... Oh, is that a slide? No, it's not. I thought it was going to be a lovely little slide. I was all prepared to go, whee! Oh, boy. That's interesting. So... what are you, sir? Are you right claw stack? Do we have... I mean, it's got to be a right claw, isn't it? Yeah. So... And I've already got a right claw, so I don't have to worry about that. So I think just... I mean, sometimes it's beneficial to get them unstacked, because it makes them slightly easier to kill individually. So I might try and do that as a tactic, but really, because I've got no... Whoa there, Sonny Jimbo. Whoa there. Unnecessary violence against my team. Is that enough? Yes, it is. That's quite helpful. Yes, indeed. Probably cure it. Get that cure in, cause these guys are stunned, which means they should be delayed, and I don't think random encounters have as much emphasis or notion to try and restack themselves. I think once you've unstacked them, they will very much remain unstacked. You prick child. You are the child of a prick. You are the glorious prick child. Nobody wants you around because you are seen as the death child of pricks. The death of pricks. Come on, there we go. You've redeemed yourself. I'll stop calling you a prick now, child. I say child. I mean, he is technically a child, but he looks more childish as a Lilikin than a giant, of course. I feel like Lilikin and Giant come from Crystal Chronicles, potentially. I think that might have been where they first cropped up, but I might be mistaken. Certainly Lilikin, I think, was a race in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Ah, she does heal you after battle. Oh, how very delightful. Good old Nick burning down the house. Whose house? I've got doo-doo-doo. Have you? You've got a dood-and-dooder. Yes, I do have a dood-and-dooder. Preemptive strike! Nice! Oh, what we want to see is some punchings. That's right. Wait, didn't you have... I was going to say you had throw. It's not there, it's there, but... I don't know whether it's just easier to perhaps try and take advantage of Foxfire being a potential weakness, not a guaranteed one, or go for B and throw to hopefully, if it hits, try and knock them off balance. I think we'll try knocking them off balance because I don't... How often they're going to use that spell that was a weakness to me, I don't know. And it'll stun them and give me a bit of an advantage, I think. Plus, it does. I think it does do damage, doesn't it? So they are still all partially damaged, which is kind of what you need. Take out the little scythe dude, and then the bat, because the big claw is a little bit more of a chunk star. He stars in the chunks. I'm assuming you are just a right claw again. Yeah, you are a right claw. He's a right claw, that one. Do-do-do-do. Come on, Lan, good lad. Your claw struck first, which makes it awesome.
Good job.
I forgot the fact that I can technically ride the claw again. Been running around as a standard level of runnings with my little feet. With my little feet even. I've just realised there is a glitch in the system. What am I going to do? There's a glitch in the system. I'm going to hopefully change that. Should be enough. There we go. For anybody keeping track at home, the Twitch game was registering as Gravekeeper because I forgot to change it earlier, which is unusual. But I've had a sequence of things that I've forgotten to bother doing.
The way to go. Don't be afraid to look at the map and to get your bearings.
I will happily get my bearings, but I don't think it's going to make much difference to this current puzzle. Now my current puzzle will not be solved. Oh, well, I see. You know, we want to do that because I think it's another treasure chest. I recognise the signs now. I don't think you have to be... No, you don't. It's always interesting how some games you have to be from the front and some games you have to be from the... You know, it doesn't matter. Oh, I see. That one's... Yes, I'm assuming I have to be the correct way around on that one, so maybe... I didn't actually mean to do that, but it's not a problem. Yeah, I think if we wrap around here... Hey! I'm assuming wrap round there. There was a treasure chest up above me as well. Ah, baby, I'm off! We've already got one, so I'm not that fast. It's just, I don't know. They're a delightful design. Whoever came up with a baby moth did a perfect job of fusing the chibi style with a sort of smaller version of the bear moth. It's a very impressive way of doing things. I think a lot of really quite good monster designs came out of this one. I mean, a lot of them are iconic Final Fantasy monsters. Although I must admit, I don't recall the claw monsters in Final Fantasy, but Behemoths are a sort of a traditional nasty bastard sort of enemy that crops up a lot. And, yeah, so I don't, you know, they're legendary monsters, but some of them have been given different forms, I think. Because I'm not convinced in a standard, ordinary Final Fantasy you would ever find yourself with a behemoth. Surprisingly difficult to say it without it defaulting to baby behemoth. I don't know what... Oh, okay, hang on, interesting. Wasn't expecting this, but that's fine. What is this? Oh, we're being attacked by the little white knacks again. I've got black knacks, you've got white knacks. Together we have grey knacks. In fairness, they are quite grey, actually, but still. Well, that's fine. We can do that. I mean, one of them's going to get a cheeky attack, but that's just because I haven't got the numbers to take them all down at once. But, yeah, 51 damage. I laugh in the face of 51 damage. I laugh in its face. Every time I laugh, every time I do things. Oh yes, now I attack the dog. Get the fuck out of here, you irritating little scamp. Now it's time for leveling up. Oh yeah, I do like leveling up. Makes me feel strong. Was there something specific? I feel like there was something I was thinking of doing. Oh yeah, the squishy doodah, whatever that was. Smelling salts, that's fine. Prisms, white knack, quachato, ice bats. Can't capture any of those. Rename seed, lizard seed, lovely jubbly. A squish sparkly, an item that Gimme Golem's treasure, of course. Yes, it's the only way to sort of get round here, which is, I suppose, the idea. Yeah, I understand now. The only way you were able to get to the other side of this area is to go straight down from here, I think, is the idea. So to solve the ice puzzle, you can only, coming in from the left-hand side, you can only get out to the right. Oh no, maybe I'm wrong, because this appears to have just led me straight back to where I was. Oh no, I was wrong. Or was I wrong? Maybe I wasn't wrong. No, Oh well. We've done all of the things. But the problem I think I had with that was a wasted treasure chest. Because it wasn't like you got something bonus and interesting. It was just a treasure chest that you didn't really need. Oh, it looks like we've got a daddy knack here.
Good.
You got to
Let's go
assume so.
after him.
He's a big boy, but we can defeat him, I'm sure, hopefully. I don't know for certain. Can't quite remember how to get these guys, but it was another... Where are you? Bloody skull creature. There we go. Inflict Oblivion, that was the one. I knew it was some kind of status ailment I didn't have access to. Or not off, not off the top of my abilities, I don't think. Possibly I might be able to level something up and get one of these status ailments that I want. Cannot say this with absolute certainty. I've taken a severe beating by the bats. And if there's one thing you don't want, it's a beating by the bats now. Every time I go to the pantry, I get a beating from the bats because they live in the pantry and they don't want you there. Which is a bit of a shame, cause I have to ask so nicely to get my groceries out of the pantry. But the bats say no, 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 no. This pantry is ours. You are not allowed in. And then they give me beatings. And then I get a bat of my own, a cricket bat. And I twat the bats that live in my pantry. And then it is I who is beating the bats. And then I finally get the ingredients that I want. And lo and behold, I make a lovely cake. And then I shape it into a bat. Delightful, odd whimsy there for you. Unnecessary, delightful whimsy. Are you Mr. Whimsy? Hello, yes, I'm Mr. Whimsy. I've come to stay for the next few moments or two. Mirages. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Yes, we've got... I don't think we've got any... Oh no, yeah, we do have a defense plus. Well, your defense is 32 at the moment anyway. Well, no, sorry, your defense is 27 and your defense is 28. So your defense is actually slightly higher, but then you've already got Libra. You've already got Libra. Well, fuck it, you can have the defense mirror jewel as well. Screw it. She now has superior defense. And what did I want to do? I wanted to do the Mirage Bars. The Mirage Bars. That's an alternate language I'm testing out. Regen, not a bad choice. Libra Mirror Jewel. I'd prefer the regen, methinks. It's a more useful spell than simply getting a mirror jewel. Well, having said that, there is... So that needs level 10. He's already level 10, so that's not actually going to be that bad. Well, I can actually just do that now. I don't necessarily want to right now. I think I wouldn't mind getting first strike and... Excuse me, I would like to get the first strike, and plus I think that's going to turn into a medium, and I don't necessarily want my Mew to become medium, of course, because my Mew can't sleep, and if it becomes a medium it will have to drop below, and therefore we won't have the clever little extra thing that we have elsewhere. Just boost him up. Whereas this one, if I can get to the end with this one, it might be worthwhile doing it, but I still, in a way, feel like I want to try and get all of their abilities before before going ahead and getting them to the next transfiguration. It's not, I don't know, it's not hugely necessary, but it does feel like it's somewhat necessary. Especially because I think, yeah, that sync, I was supposed to be paying attention to the sync level, but let's have a look. Sync level is currently 6%. Remember that, it is 6%. Raises the thunder, yes. It is now 8%. So yes, every time you teach them a maneuver, they gain sync level. I can't fully remember what the sync level does, but you gotta assume it's not unreasonable to have it higher. That is, generally speaking, how I approach a lot of games. Is this a system I understand? No. But you gotta assume if I just make it slightly higher. And I really wish I hadn't just continued pushing the button there, because I believe it just told me that the sync upgraded something. I think it just upgraded my stats. I might be wrong. I could be mistaken in this regard, but as far as I'm aware, it just boosted my stats. Another yes. Very much yes. Right. Mel. He smells. I must admit, I don't know. I suppose today was perhaps the worst possible time to consider doing this. Because unfortunately, it's just very close, it would seem, today. Very close indeed. Fuck it, we'll grab that one just because it's there and I've got a suitable volume of SP. Have we haven't actually done you, have we? No, you must just not have a lot of SP. HP is always a good option. If in doubt, boost up your stats. Oh, we have now gotten back round to the beginning though. So we should theoretically have dealt with all of their SP. I didn't see any sort of any decent stuff come up in terms of using status ailments to capture things. So I'm not convinced by that move. I think I wanted to go up, but I mean, really, at this point, it's a bit of a crapshoot. We don't want to leave just yet. Although having said that, there's that other exit as well. But yeah, I wouldn't mind figuring out, or just getting lucky, to end up with that chest, which I think we've just gotten. I think we've gotten the chest. Nice. Ignite the ice. It is what I need. Yes, please. Now, let's sort of backtrack what we need there. We'd need to land... Yeah, I'm not convinced you can get that left-hand path at this point in time. So I'm possibly willing to go out on a limb and just maybe try and get... I mean, I definitely got here some time previously, but apparently I can't do it again. This is excellent news. There we go. I think we've managed it that time. There we go. Wee. I don't see a method where you could actually get to that left-hand path at this time. I get the impression this might be a somehow knocking something down to then allow access. Because at the moment you just, at least my assessment of the situation is, you would just keep sliding past. You could never actually land on that space. Sick burn, man. Sick burn. Oh, I'm so scared. He's got an army of tiny creatures. Pathetic.
I don't believe it. Did the wolves lure us here? No way.
No, I was coming here anyway.
Could it be?
These wolves have more brains than you?
Where did that come from?
That's absolutely true,
cool,
but that's not
pointing at me every time
100% the
something goes
point.
wrong.
Yeah, well, an icicle ridge, do as the icicles do.
An icicle is the point.
What?
Guys, Maybe you should save it?
I just did. It's alright. If I game over, it's not a problem. I have just saved it. Hey!
Okay, that does it. I'll show you which one of us has more brains.
That's what I'm
I mean,
scared of.
definitely
We
those
already know
guys.
who's the
Yeah.
smarter.
I mean, regen wouldn't necessarily go amiss, Troopy Dog, but... yeah, fuck it, let's set up a little bit of regen. That will ultimately help me. Probably, I mean, it's one of those ones where I almost guarantee he's got some kind of bring back his troops maneuver. However, I still stand by the notion that removing his forces, his tiny little insignificant forces, might prove the better option. For you, what we'll do is hopefully that should be regenning onto Lan now. Good. So I think that might work nicely for me. And now we want to Foxfire another little one. Because sometimes, because I can wipe them out in one shot, they're not insignificant when they're going to keep biting and biting and biting me. But they are going to be easily removed, so I think it's better to remove them first. I might be proven wrong, because as I say, I do almost guarantee he's got to replenish his forces manoeuvre. But we shall have to wait and see if he does, because I don't know. He might not. He may suddenly surprise me. But I'm not convinced. I'm gonna Foxfire you. I don't think he's imprisonable, although we might want to... Oh, he's a Grand Fenrir. So you've got Baby Nax, and then you've got a Grand Fenrir. I wonder if my Black Knack can turn into a Fenrir as well, because I wouldn't say no to a Fenrir. We'll have to have a look. And maybe Nick has upgraded himself. Oh, there we go. Fenrir Memento. So yes, once I've defeated the Fenrir, I will have access to the ability to transfig into a Fenrir from somewhere. One loosely assumes that somewhere it's going to be easier because it's the weakness. It'll be better to use Foxfire and then heal via Lan. Heal via Rain even. Rain will have to heal herself, I fear. Although, how said, are you no longer regenning? Fuck me, that didn't last long, did it? And apparently you don't have a cure, question mark? No, you do have a cure, it's just not on the shortcuts, fine. Oh, I should probably go through those shortcuts again and make sure everybody's got everything on shortcuts again, but... It's so, like... it's fucking admin. And sometimes I just don't want to do the admin. Granted, some games, it's all about the admin and it's quite fun, but in this one it's just like, I don't really want to. I can access most of the things that I want without caring too much. But do we have... We got... Oh, he subdues non-lethal damage, yeah. Channel element dark is probably the same as the situation we had last time. Inflict sleep? Never going to work. Oh, you are regenning! Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't put regen back on. Hey! There you go. I mean, I didn't really want it to happen, but in a way... I'm oddly pleased to have been vindicated in my correctness, shall we say, because that's a very fancy way of saying, I told you so. I've been vindicated in my correctness. Do you simply mean I told you so? Yes, I bloody do. I think I've attacked the wrong target. Yes, I have. That's a shame. I mean, technically, there's no wrong targets as such. Whoa! She's on the verge of collapse. No, I'm gonna... Should have targeted more strategically there. If you look on the left-hand side, it's there all the time, so you would have seen it before, but if you look on the left-hand side, that is the meter that defines which person's having... they went... I thought they would. I had a nasty feeling. But if I'd been a bit more strategical and looked at that left-hand meter, I could have possibly killed that one. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Well, I guess we'll have to use a Phoenix down. You choose all. I was going to say, why did it miss? But it didn't actually miss the key component. But the problem is, it's going to be devilishly difficult to not have them die again, unfortunately. Because they are just targeting, they are bullying Rain, which is not what you want to see. Let's try and take one. Again, I should have... Targeting the topmost one would give me the best chance of trying to not get fucked. Which kind of... Sometimes that's just what you need. You need to not get fucked. Slightly surprised they've still got regen, but I suppose when the stack broke, the regen spread to all three members of the stack. So even though Rain died, when she came back... Attack, please. When she came back, she probably didn't have regen, but when I restacked, the Mew and the Eyeball, which I suppose is Can't Sleep Must Paint is the nicknames. Can't remember what the Eyeball's official monster name is. But when they came back, of course, they both had regen, so the stack had regen. I think that's how it's working. Doesn't make all that much difference, no, but it is still quite useful to note that I do still seem to have regen, although perhaps not anymore. No, I think the regens may have timed out, I suppose. I wasn't sure which word I was going for now. That's not hugely helpful. We'll do a little... the Cure is just not doing it for me. I just don't like their music, I'm sorry. No, the Cure is not doing as much as I would need it to do. I may have to default back to using potions because they are a bit more guaranteed. I clearly do not have the magical potency required for running Cure, which is a slight problem, but we do have Foxfire. How long... How long are you going to be alive, mate? How long are you going to be alive, son? You want to just give me a quick estimation? Yeah, probably about 5 minutes or so. That's good then, that's fine. But he's got about 1500 health left, which... Yeah. I'm doing about 200 with a Foxfire, I think. I am, however, about to run out of Foxfires. Although... I'm going to be able to sort of maintain it a little bit over the next few turns, but I suspect he's going to call for help, which will... There you go. Very much correct again. Which will give me a moment or two where I can just use the standard attack. Right, here we go. This is what I mean by being slightly tactical. So, between Lan and Rain's turn, that one is nowhere near having a turn. That one is nowhere near having a turn. That one is nowhere near having a turn. That one might get in my way between Rain and Lan and Rain's turn. Unlikely, because there is a bit of give where it doesn't actually immediately attack you, but nonetheless it's worthwhile striking that one. One hit kill removes it from the bar. And again, if we grab... I mean, they're both running about the same, but I think Lan and Rain will move up the bar, as you can see, a little bit quicker than certainly the lesser enemies. The giant Fenrir is moving about the same pace, I would say. But doing that means I can get round again and kill the... Dude, we were just discussing that I could kill them, and you miss. You absolute prat. You Pratt and Whitneys. You entire boatload of dick. Please do not kill the stack. Thank you. It's much better if you do not kill the stack. We might have to do a double cure. Yeah, I think it's going to be worthwhile double curing it. Because I need you to stay alive. But we have regened a little bit of AP, mixed with the fact that we have managed to outpace those knacks a little bit as well. So the double cure doesn't make too much difference when it comes to the knacks being removed. Now, it's plausible. I'm not going to, because I think it's better to have a few turns at least having no knacks attacking you. But it's plausible sometimes. A lot of the time they bypass this notion, but on some occasions what can happen is if you leave one of them alive, it won't trigger the idea of summoning more, which means you'll be better off in the long run, but I don't think it's going to make as much difference in this fight. I think it's better to remove the knacks, have a few turns where you're not being sort of just nipped in the ankles by the little tiny knacks, and thus you're better off. I think we should be able to, if we push, if we just try and get a bit of a push going, we should be able to kill it. Next turn of Lance, I might be able to kill it, although having said that, I've not got Foxfire, I don't think, this turn, which is unfortunate. But we do have Rain, so I think Rain's attack will weaken it a bit more, and then Lan's attack finished the job. Good lad, he finished the job.
No trouble at all.
I mean, a little bit of trouble. Right, your sister died, for fuck's sake. Or I suppose technically it's considered KOing. It's not technically considered death. Mega Phoenix and the Fenrir Memento and Armor Gems. I can't remember what Armor Gems do. Have we encountered Armor Gems?
Okay,
I feel like we probably have, yeah. So, what was Armor Gems doing? Where are you willing to keep your gems? In the armory. Oh, there we go. Armor Gems. Collect these and good things might happen. Okay, so we've collected several, but we've collected several buts. We don't actually know what to do with Armor Gems just yet. That's fine and dandy. So, although you don't really need it, you might as well have it for now. It's of no real significance. Him just sort of rocking Libra. What I should do is, yeah, rock through these. So you've got 4 active abilities, and you've got 4 active abilities on your shortcuts. Good lad. You want to put your cure on something. It doesn't really matter what, because you sort of visually cure it. It could be somewhat beneficial to maybe have a standard practice. So maybe I should possibly put cures on all health on A every time, because A is green and green heals, something like that. I don't know. But I don't necessarily think it's hugely worthwhile bothering too much when it comes to that sort of thing. It's not as unnecessary as you might think. Because as I say, there's a certain amount of stuff where it... There's a certain amount of stuff, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. There's a certain amount of visual cue. You hold the button and you read the thing and then you push the button. It's not like you need to do it quickly either. That's the key thing. Oh, right, okay, let's, I suppose let's have a save.
Thank you. Once we're out of here, Saronia's just a skip away.
Because I think save points did regen health as well, didn't they? I don't think we've got encounters around here because there was a boss. I might be mistaken. Oh, yeah. Thank you for proving me wrong instantaneously, Gavin. Well done. Well done, you. I hope you're proud of yourself. Arseholes. Right. I'm going to have to do it the classic way because I don't think you can... I'm relatively certain you can't target the enemy if you do it this newfangled the new interface version. You can't target them with the heal. You have to do it via the classic mode, because otherwise it will take over and automatically heal one of the lowest health of the team members, I believe. Which is where, again, you might want classic if you don't want to heal the lowest health of the team member. The team member with the lowest health bar. Which, I don't know, for the most part, you're always going to want to heal the one with the lowest, but there may be a tactical reason you want to keep one of them alive more so than the other. Is that the one? That is the one. Oh, Quachacho. Hello, I am Quachacho. That's sort of heading towards a Tim Vine joke, where he said, I found out the other day that he found out he was adopted, and then his sort of brother, Quachacho, or something along those lines. I can't remember the exact joke, but that's fairly standard practice for me. Let us... Oh, what are you doing asleep, you bellend? Wakey, wakey, Mr. Lan. You don't look very asleep, which is a bit of a shame. because they could have made a bit more effort by closing their eyes. I don't know if there's a blink animation in there somewhere, then there's no excuse. If there's no blinks, fair dues. I'll let that slide slightly because it would have required it. Oh no, okay, so big versions, there's definitely a blink. Just wondering if the Chibis blink. Not 100% convinced the Chibis blink. Lillykins, technically. But I don't think they were blinking. Which, oh no, there you go. There is a closed eye. He does have a closed eye state, which means what they could have very easily done was use that when he's considered sleeping, because otherwise he's sleeping with his eyes open, which I suppose is possible, but unlikely. An inhabitant of colder areas that can target an area and put enemies inside it to sleep, and once they are, the true quatching begins, as a secret quattro cry not audible to human ears. Ooh. Is that it? No, I don't think it was. Anyway, I was going to name it Pingu. Hello. Is that Pingu? Or is that something else entirely? I don't know. But anyway, he's being called Pingu. Whatever sound Pingu makes, he is now called Pingu. He is a little un, so I kind of feel like no. As much as I've named him and he exists now, I don't really want him specifically. It's not part of the plan. Oh yeah, part of the plan though was to check out this Mirage here. But considering the fact that I've forgone for something, forsooth maybe, I don't know. Just the word for if I'm playing golf, I suppose. But as I haven't used him, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm sure it was nonsense. Tell you what, if need be, what you'll have to do is write down the sentence that was trying to be constructed, dissect it a little, and then finish it off yourself. That's right. Sometimes you just gotta go. You just gotta know when to give up and tell someone to finish off themselves. What's quite amusing is Rain, when they're quite close together on the timing bar, she ends up with land spikes. So it's surprisingly difficult to get their fucking names the right way around. Alarmingly so, in fairness. Do diddly do the Mew dance. It's the first time it's really caught my eye, but oh well. Mew. I'm just doing the Mew shuffle. There we go. I was going to say, I'm fairly certain you could do that. Level 15. Level 15. Interesting. What level am I? Not that far off. I feel like this is going to be a mistake, but fuck it. We'll have a go in the Merc Rift. We shall try the Merc Rift. Oh, slimy bastards. Slimy bastards are here. What sort of thing? Use physical attacks. Oh, it's a flan! It's a mini flan. Of course it is. Makes so much more sense. But they are proper goopy, aren't they? The texturing, the lighting, which off of the model would be the luminosity? No. Yeah, maybe. Something like that. It's a keyword somewhere, isn't it? Luminosity. It's not necessarily in the right place here. But, well, that was nice and easy. Sticky goo! Ooh, don't you goo me. Stop gooing me. Oh, just constant, unending gooing on Rain. It's a rain of goo. I was going to say, oh, he's weak to it. So continue doing it to Rain, please. Continue doing it to Rain. I need it. Oh, God, they're fast, aren't they? They're fast, and there's a lot of them. I may have to consider killing a couple. Okay, so I didn't do too bad amount of damage, but before worrying too much about trying to capture them, I might have to kill some of them, because otherwise we are possibly just going to get like it's tons and tons of tiny damage, which is problematic. Although having said that, we're starting to see tons and tons of quite substantial damage, which is, oh fuck you game, bloody fucking stack nonsense. There is so many of them. This is absolute horse shit. They are so fast. Oh, and of course I couldn't imprison one to get it off the fucking field. No, that would be too much like hard work, wouldn't it? Irritable now. Irritable. Like your bowels. I'm as angry as your bowels. How angry are your bowels? 'Cause if they are exceptionally, then we are the same level of irritated. Especially if you fucking kill someone on that other side, because that's going to slow everything down. Which you are really, you're desperately fucking trying, aren't you? Restack. Ugh. This was a mistake of a fight, I think, wasn't it? Because it's just going to get irksome. Because there's too many fucking slimes. Death by 1,000 goos. That is not what you want. Please just capture the fucking goo. If you could... I'm going to have to kill some, I think, and then hope I can capture the last couple. Because otherwise I am gonna just keep getting goo struck and goo slapped and watered to death. Because unfortunately I'm not a plant. Don't hit Lan. Crying out loud, I'm gonna have to sort of... Probably gonna have to unstack and restack him maybe, but... I don't know, it might be worthwhile curing him first and then... hoping... he recovers the stack by himself to a certain extent, but... Blargy blargs. I can't imagine darkness is the correct element. Surely they look too dark themselves. Well, having said that, they are indifferent to darkness, it would seem. They are weak to fire, though. Unfortunately, you don't have any fire abilities, do you? I suppose maybe it's going to be worthwhile trying to stop the wobble, but... Oh... Buggery ball bags. Have you got some buggery ball bags? Bollocks. Please just don't be a dick, game. Don't break the stack. You irritating piece of cack. And there it goes. Surprisingly. Now see the sticky goo. Sticky goo, if anything, it's sticky. It should help the stack stick together. But no. That would be logic. Please stop hitting my characters. Especially hitting the characters to death. I don't like this fight. It's 74 damage. Really? Yes, am I actually able to just restart the fight? Is that a viable option here? Oh, that was an auto battle. I don't really want an auto battle because I don't want to anymore. Game, I don't want this fight. I suppose we can do the skip just to get it over and done with, but yeah, everybody's dead, and I'm beginning to lose interest because this fight is obnoxious. I wasted too much time trying to capture the bastard thing. I shouldn't have done so. I should have just left it alone. I knew these fights were a pain in the arse. And yet I did it anyway! And now I regret this decision because I've gamed over and it's annoyed me.
My senses are telling me some kind of door has appeared in Ninewood Hills.
I don't know if I care. Lost a fight, so I couldn't give a shit.
It sure looks like a door.
That's because it is a door. There's no way you could change it. It's a door. It is a door. It looks like a door. It acts like a door. It's a door. If it sounds like a door, it's a door.
What?
Where are we now?
We're in the little girl's tea room. I believe this is a unique character for World of Final Fantasy.
Visitors? What an unusual surprise. Who are you? And where are we? My name is... Huh? It was right there on the tip of my
She is
tongue.
officially known as the girl who forgot her
Is
name.
it, I suppose?
Yeah, in fact, yeah, there you go. She is officially the girl who forgot her name.
This is my tea room. So who are you? Will you join me for tea?
I could be persuaded.
Well, you
What
might
sort of
say
tea
that
do you
we're sort
have?
of passing through, but I'm Lon, and this is...
It's Rain. And my brother and I are from Ninewood Hills. Lon and Rain from Ninewood Hills. Of course! I had a dream about this. I saw the two of you come here. Today's the day.
Huh?
Evidently.
Right. I
'Cause
think
we
I
are
might
here.
know why you've come here. Shall we get started?
I hope you know why I've come here, because I don't.
Sorry. come again? You know what me and Rain are doing here, even though we don't have the slightest clue?
There you go, there you go. I just made that point now.
You're keepers looking for new mirages. You've come to touch the souls of your friends. Their past,
Only with
present, and
explicit
future,
permission.
to step into their shoes and fight when mirages threaten them and
Whoa,
they need
this
you
is-
most. To
Okay.
sway them towards success.
The movement of the camera and the movement of the background
I don't know.
felt just that little bit eerily off. I don't know whether that was deliberate. I'm assuming maybe it was,
Hey, Rain,
because this is a weird sort of out-of-world
No,
place.
I am officially lost. So, whose soul will you touch?
I don't know. Whose soul am I allowed to touch? Oh, I just realised. I think this is the potential summons thing. Intervention quests are special quests you can access from the Girl Who Forgot Her Name's tea room. During these quests, you will reach out to the souls of friends and help them in their hour of need, whether that hour falls in the past, present, or future. In addition to meeting new mirages, you will receive rewards for completing the quests. Sweet. The Warrior of Light's Champion Medal has been unlocked. You can purchase it from the Girl Who Forgot Her Name. So yeah, I think this is another new... Oops, I do want to save Blaze game, sorry. I just can't help but say no every time you offer me something. I apologise greatly. I don't know... Oh no, I can't get anywhere near the clock. Hello, little girl.
Shall we get started?
Yes, please. I would like to see what I can do here. Trade in armor gems. Now we've found out what they do.
What are these Armagem things? You found some Armagems?
I have.
We're not exactly sure what they're for, but we did turn up a few.
That's good. They have great value here. You can think of those gems as a kind of token. Token? Yes. In order to touch another's soul, or to tamper with time, first, you must offer compensation, hence the Armagems, tokens you can pay in recompense.
Oh, so the more we find, the more stuff we can do here.
Right. But isn't that kind of dodging the question? Okay, they're tokens, but where do they come from? You needn't wonder about every little thing. Huh? The world has some secrets. You're simply better off not knowing. Okay.
It's a good excuse not to explain it. Armor gems can be surprisingly tricky to track down, but they're worth the effort, because the Girl Who Forgot Her Name can use them to unlock some very special quests. Speak to her on the other side of the door in Ninewood Hills. Between the quests and champion medals, you'll have plenty of reasons to burn through your armor gem supply, so where do you get more? Here's a little tip. Armor gems are easier to find in special places. Okie dokie. I'll go to the special place then.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
Is it me you're looking for? I think so.
Soul will
Intervene.
you touch?
I don't know. Whose souls do I have available? We've got the Girl Who Forgot Her Name. We can do that, which is just help the Warrior of Light. The Warrior of Light patrols the streets of Cornelia, keeping good citizens safe. In other words, just another day on the job. But it looks like today is going to be interesting, for he spots a suspicious figure on the castle. And then abridges woes. Enna Crow has dropped in on Big Bridge Alexander, and they're having a blast talking about the good old days. Sadly, this wasn't just a social call. There's business to attend to. Enna Crow rolls up her sleeves and gets to work, pulling out the cogner that's been in hiding inside Big Al. So 5 stars, 1 star. I'm assuming 5 stars is difficult. Yeah, okay, oops. By level will probably suffice. So we might just do this 1 star one with the Warrior of Light. I actually genuinely missed what the reward was, but it's bound to be something good. And it's a lovely little scene, so that's something. We can sit back, relax, and love a little cutscene.
A bedtime story someone concocted to fill the dreams of children. But the warriors of light are real. One lives in me. Shocking and yet This part of me has stirred before. I must be more tired than I thought. Far too much excitement all at once. You won't find her. After all, she likes spending time with her subjects. You were mistaken to search here.
Huh? How did we get ourselves dragged into battle?
From this room, you can take control of your friends' destinies and redirect the course of their lives by fighting their most crucial battles.
So it's like we're helping them in secret?
You can think of it like that. Hey, get ready.
I'm always ready. I was born ready. But then I changed my name by default, because I thought my parents were playing a cruel joke, nicknaming me Ready, or officially naming me Ready. Rearrange the joke and finish it off yourself again. But it's basically that boss fight we did from a previous occasion, which isn't too bad. The man with the sword of pikey spear. Have you got a pikey spear? No. Well, actually, yes, I do, because a pike is a spear technically. I think it's a pikey gun. It looks like it's got some kind of energy blast available to it, but I'm not convinced it does. Maybe later versions do, and that's where they've backtracked the design, which is why it looks super fancy tech now, when it's only a normal spear or something. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. He only uses it to slash my butter. Punch it. Chewy. Punch it. That would be quite good. Do you know what I'd love to see? And I'm just racking my brain to know if there is one. I don't think there is. There is an RPG, both technically there's a tabletop RPG, but I'm not counting that as I'm not counting that towards this sentiment. I'm exclusively considering video games. But I don't think there's a Star Wars turn-based RPG. Obviously, Knights of the Old Republic, although that does straddle a little bit, but it has more action orientation. Not turn-based in this sense, in the sense of, you know, I can sit here and wait forevermore because it's my turn and nothing else will happen. There's an element of turn in Knights of the Old Republic, but it's got a bit of a flow towards the turn as well. But yeah, it'd be nice. One of the ones I always really enjoyed. I just loved the way they weaved a narrative around the main films and stuff, and I thought it was delightful to behold. Oh good, she's helped herself when it comes to wobblage. I don't think the wobblage does last that long, but it can be frustrating, as was seen in the slime fight. The slime fight. Oh, no, okay, never mind. The wobblage is still very much a thing, and she was toppled. Excellent. It's exactly what I wanted. Oh, wait, no it wasn't. You're a prick, sir. An ever-loving prick. You toppled my bloody stack. Whisht pa! Yes, slice it darthy. It does a little bit less than the standard attack, but does it twice. Oh, fuck off. Absolutely fuck you. Fuck you, fuck your children, and fuck everything else about you. How much health do you have? Oh, we don't know, because I haven't Libra'd it. I might as well do that now, since Mew by himself is absolutely useless. Okay, you've got 647 health left. What have you got? Hypnosis. Why am I not allowed to use hypnosis? Fuck you. Oh, because he's... Oh yeah, because he's not got enough. Do you know what? Weirdly, I'm assuming his maximum is perhaps 4. But yeah, you can see there how... I wonder if... Oh no, that's a cell phone now. Okay, no, fine. Just do a shitty attack. There you go. I don't know if I can be bothered to use an item to revive Rain. it's very much feeling like you brought this on yourself, Rain. You can lie there and think about what you've done, and the same with you, Mew. You can lie there, you know, lie there, think about what you've done, think about your failures, and that way, you know, allow Lan to actually just get on with it and do it properly. I imagine the eyeball's going to go. There you go. There you go. The full team just lie there, dead, thinking about how much you've failed life, and then let Lan, hopefully, at this point, finish it off. There we go. And suddenly, oh no, Rain, you're not allowed to shout, "Oh yeah," when you died. Which, unfortunately, it does sort of slightly offset the levels, although not by enough to make any real difference, I don't think. But too many more of those, of course, it will offset the levels and have Lan become a slightly higher level than Rain, which don't make that much difference. But it can sometimes be a bit of an awkward situation if one of them suddenly becomes super powerful.
Again? But when has she ever been taken before? And it's odd. While battling that Federation soldier, it felt as though some divine force was guiding my hand to victory. Oh yes, I am far, far more tired than I thought.
I wonder if this is where I get it from, or whether I have to do something extra. I'm not sure, but we'll find out, I suppose. I'll let the systems
What does the other person experience?
play out
Even
in their own
time
time, I
must
suppose.
bend
But
to the whims of fantasy. This place is power. Here, dreams and reality and time all touch. All that was, and all that is, and all that will be. From here you changed history. You don't have to worry. The souls you help are not able to see you. And yet, everything that you accomplish on their behalf becomes something that they accomplish. So if you come here, fight someone's battle for them, and emerge victorious, what they see is the same battle won the same way, but by their own hand.
That is totally confusing, but wow! So we get to help a bunch of people out, and we get to keep all the prismariums we find? There's like no downsides at all.
Seems that way. But in a way, there is a downside. With that much power, we could do as much harm as we do good. This room of hers affects the destinies of so many. Which makes her what exactly? Is she like Anna Crow? A god? I wouldn't say I'm a god in the sense you're thinking
stop
of.
reading my thoughts.
But if you misuse this power, you might not like the consequences.
Rude.
Consequences?
Me and him? Is it her? Well, our fates have entwined. So now that the two of you have made it to this place, I suppose she'd want me to share a little of this power over time and fantasy.
We, won't mess around. I promise.
I mean, speak for yourself. Lan is definitely going to mess around, but that's because he's a prick. So let's just try possibly
Shall we
trading
get
in armor
started?
gems. Unless this is just the explanation about armor gems again.
Champion.
Oh, here we go. Champions, yes. That's what we're after. Trade in the Warrior of Champions medal. Yes, please. It's going to cost me 2 armor gems, but I'm fine with that. A medium awakens. But what if I awaken a
What's
large?
this stuff about invoking
That way I'm
champions?
going to have problems because
Invocation, you can call
the
upon
medium
minions
won't
you've
fit me
met for
anymore.
help. And then they will fight alongside you in the field of battle.
Dude, what? Really?
Really? The catch is, you can only invoke their power for a very limited time. Basically, they pop right in and whoosh right back out.
Pop. Push. Got it. All the same, the fact that we can invoke them at all, it sounds pretty useful.
Yeah, it'll make collecting mirages way easier.
All right.
You say that, it
but
makes...
there are
I don't think it makes
restrictions.
any odds on the collection of
First,
mirages.
Not all mediums are champions. They must awaken to their true potential before you can invoke them. Furthermore, some champions awaken in stages, and each to their own abilities. You'll need armor gems to awaken them, and you'll want to put some thought into who you're going to invoke. And at what time, for that matter.
No, I don't like the idea of
And
thinking.
invoking isn't free. You have to bend all kinds of divine rules to pull it off. Which means more compensation.
Don't I know it?
And I guess we can't pay in Irma gems?
I'm forever
Not
having
the
to
gems.
bend in
Use those here to awaken champions.
bend in order to
To
pull it off.
invoke, you'll have to store up a different
I'm very
kind of
tall, that's the
tender.
problem.
Why not
Short
think
arms,
of
very
it as
tall.
a kind of gauge? When you have enough champion points, you can invoke them.
Oh, that's super easy to understand. So, how do we go about storing champion points then?
Wear down your souls.
Huh?
To put it simply, the gauge fills when you're hurt. It's
basically a limit gauge.
Mirages.
It's a bit like a limit break.
So basically, all we have to do is keep fighting.
If you don't know what a limit break is, fuck. Might actually be a little bit more like the Final Fantasy X style system, which I can't remember.
One thing,
I think that might have still been considered limits.
Grimoire,
Might be
but you
wrong,
will
but
only be
it is
able
very
to
much
call
like that.
upon 3 of them at
Hit
any
things,
given
get
time.
hit,
Think
charge,
carefully about the situation
superpowers.
and choose the champion suited to the task at hand.
Well, I've only got one at the
Why?
moment, so
It takes
and
a
he's
lot
suited
of
to
connecting
all
the dots
tasks.
to make sure they can reach you. Unfortunately, 3 is the most that I can handle. But if you're willing to offer up your souls as additional portals, then I could arrange something.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there's no way that can be good, so we'll pass.
No, don't be too hasty. We could sacrifice Lan's soul. Nobody would miss his soul. Among Grimoire's denizens, there are a select few born with the potential to become powerful heroes. With the right stimuli, these mediums learn to channel their power and awaken as Grimoire's greatest defenders, the champions. Now that Cornelia's brigade captain has awoken as the medium of light, the warrior of light even, it's safe to say he must have been one such medium. If you have the warrior of light's champion medal, you can invoke his power and summon him to your side in battle. You never know who's really a medium in disguise, but as long as you treat the folks you meet right, their powers are sure to come to light. So I wonder if maybe Raphia isn't actually a character yet. Maybe she's a medium that we'll find out more about later. I don't know. But I'm going to look her up in the booklet in a moment or two. So yeah, championship medals, champion gauge. It's the middle portal thing. That's not too bad. Easy enough to tell you. At first, summoning a champion across Grimoire appears to be a miracle, an act of God. But didn't God tell you she wasn't helping? Perhaps there's a mechanism to this miracle, one that requires paying a price. Well, let's hope it's not too great a price, otherwise, you know, we will have problems. Oh, yeah.
If the one of your mirages has unlocked the Joyride ability, you can hitch a ride on it as long as it's
I can't
in
at
your
the
lineup.
moment. Cause
It might let you get around them more quickly. It might let you access some new places.
ooh.
It might to help you find cool stuff. Or it might not to let you do any of those things.
Well, that would be
Sometimes
disappointing,
the
wouldn't it?
Joyride ability is just there because it's the fun. Give it a try and you might be the surprise.
I mean, you call it Joyride, so yeah, maybe. It is allowed, technically allowed, to simply provide enjoyment.
Chocoboco ching!
Yes, Chocoboco Latte.
Chocolate Mart.
I plan on purchasing some stuff. Yes, I do. Yes, I fucking do. Gonna buy some things. Gonna buy some things. So, do you know, I don't like the word sometimes. But still, let's... I mean, it's so expensive. So expensive. I've gotten one of each. I suppose technically that one we don't need. We don't need dream powder. But that's still half my funds. Which is a ridiculous amount of stuff. Is there any, like, sort of stuff we've picked up that we don't really need? No, not really. I want it all. I want it all! So, yeah, we're going to have one opportunity with the items. So, the items in this game are impractical and hugely expensive. Awesome. Eventually, I might have an abundance of cash, but at the moment, it just feels like it's too much. It's asking too much for their items. They are too expensive. Too expensive by far. Now, let's have a look in my little manual. A manual of who is who. So here we go. We've got a bit more information on the plumbed knight. I realise it says plumed, but it made me laugh. So the first world of origin is a mystery. Interesting. Difficult to know if that's going to reveal itself to be something we would recognise if you're Final Fantasy fans like me, or whether that's going to be a brand new character in this game. I do not know. Winged armour, claws, female. Has full command of the skies. Well, I reckon you've probably got about half command of the skies, surely, because you've only really got one wing. Yeah. Who else we got? Nobody new, or no new information there. So we do have Yuna, leader of Grimoire's few summoners, mature and responsible for her age. Seems kind of tense. The Fireflies seen with her are not the ones you know. Fair enough. That was the solely things we saw last week. Aging Grimoire 17. Can't remember if she's supposed to be. She's probably supposed to be 17 in Final Fantasy X. But first world of origin, Final Fantasy X, which is one of the ones I knew and informed people of. Guardian of a large clock, the colour white, butterflies, tea, young girl. Seriously does not, in fact, remember her name. Her age is immeasurable, and her voice is Jade Pettyjohn. That's very petty, John. For God's sake, man. First world of origin. It's a mystery once again. Which is intriguing, because I think, like, Enna Crow, she officially turns up as World of Final Fantasy. That's in the mysteries are intriguing. Which I suppose it's the point, isn't it? Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay. So this is Refia, wields healing magic, gentle and kind. So this is in Final Fantasy III in the remake is where Refia comes from. Precisely what Refia is in that game, whether she's a protagonist or a side character, I don't know. Because I have not played the remake, and it has been many years since I played the first Final Fantasy III, the original, way back when. Oh, so, interesting. I sort of touched upon Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, and lo and behold, Charlotta, aging grimoire, redacted by the young lady in question, apparently really old. Calm and composed due to age and experience, has a menacing streak. Well, if you're going to run around with an angry face and no clothes, you are going to have a menacing streak. Zero patience for foolishness. Oh dear, I've just made a fool of myself, so she's very annoyed now. Runs an inn. But why? Nobody knows. But yeah, there you go. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time, which I think was the GameCube one. I know there's been a few, because there's the original Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, which I think was on the GameCube. Then there's the remake of that one, which is now on modern consoles. And then there was one on the Wii. The Wii? No, just the Wii. It was on the Wii. It had motion controls and wasn't terrible. It wasn't good, but it wasn't terrible. The Warrior of Light. So technically, we have sort of seen some of this. Maybe we've seen... Yeah, we've definitely read that bit, because I remember Truth, Justice and the Cornelian Way, because it was daft. But I think this might be new. Where are the other warriors? In Grimoire, it was a nameless soldier who awakened as the Warrior of Light. But the Warriors of Light take many forms in many worlds. Perhaps you know of a few yourself. And perhaps those other warriors may set foot in Grimoire one day, if they have not already. And there you go. He is considered one of the four heroes in Final Fantasy, and first appearance in that exact get-up was Dissidia Final Fantasy. And then we go along. I don't think... Oh, there's Master Tombury. Colosseum Manager. Gentleman. Calm and collected. Everybody's grudge. Or is it just karma? For those interested, that is... Everybody's grudge is one of the ultimate moves, I think, of the Tombury. We did technically see it when I was facing Tomburys in 13, I believe, because I was having trouble with Tomburys in 13. The fog surrounding the Colosseum connects it to the other worlds, specifically a set of divergent possible histories that have manifested as parallel worlds. Those other worlds have other coliseums run by other tombouries, who all work together to arrange contests of sport across what we'll just call the interspace for now. Oh, I see that is... I was going to say, why is it not scrolling down, but we're all the way down. I got confused between which was the scrolly icon. It's the black part of the system, and which part is the bar, which is the sort of beige part. So Final Fantasy V is the tombour monster. I'm surprised that does feel late for such... It feels like it being... You know, the tombour, it's a Final Fantasy monster. It feels weird to think that it was only ever introduced at the 5th Final Fantasy. It feels like it's been around forever. But I suppose that's just, you know, that's how much of an impact it's had. So this is World of Final Fantasy. Origin, at least. Mel. Immeasurable age. Incorruptible integrity. Perfect gentleman. A true cameo. Interesting. Is this like... Should I recognise this from something else entirely? I don't know. But first World of Origin seems to be World of Final Fantasy, but still. A mirage that served a keeper called Player on another world. I wonder if this is... I don't know. It feels like there's some kind of story. We'll see if there's something more, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, a mirage that served a keeper called Player on another world. Like Tamar and Seraphi, he has a long history with Enna Crow. However, due to his somewhat complicated relationship with the supreme being of the A-Worlds, he does not appear in the forefront as much as the aforementioned two. It is said there are several other mirages in similar circumstances. Like Tamar and Seraphi, Mel possesses a transfigured form, but it is said he also possesses a giant form that exists in several different phases. These are said to be his true forms, but they are still unconfirmed and shrouded in mystery. So yeah, slightly odd little creature that we don't really know much about. Anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll pop back to the door, and then I might save and put it away. A little bit early, but I think it's probably worthwhile. How did we do that thing? I'm sure there was a way now. But there may not have been a... There you go, I knew. Silver Park, I believe, is the one. I might be mistaken, but no, here we go. Do you want more armor gems? Do you have enough armor gems? Do you want more? Then the Colosseum may be the place to go. I heard they have battles that offer a lot of armor gems as a reward. Why not give it a try? Because I want to be a slightly higher level before I start fucking around in the too much in the Colosseum. As the last time, it took what felt like a decade to complete one battle. And in fairness, I do need to get more levels in general, I think. But for now, it seems like a reasonable time to put it away. So I think what we'll do, return to the title screen and pop her away until next week. At which point we'll try and beat Solace from the ice, I suppose. It is unfortunate we kind of got waylaid and killed by a nasty little bastard creature. A nasty little bastard creature that we didn't need to encounter, but I chose to. And that's the worst part of it all. It was my own sodding fault, of course. Of course it was. Alright, for those interested, tonight you have the entertainment of Mr. Malicey Kirubers. Let's see what he's been doing in the past.
Yes, I don't know if I would necessarily agree that I'm better at Dark Souls than other games, because Lord knows I have fucked up in stupid ways a lot. But then again, I do that in most games as well. So, whoops! Oh, fuck, I didn't spend my souls, did I? I better go and get those then. Oh, comedy timing at its finest, right? Oh, I've done stupid things all the time. Immediately walks backwards off a cliff again. We're going to try not to focus on that, alright? Sometimes I think the universe has it in for me.
In for him, they've all got it in for him. That was Malascalibur. He will be here tonight at 9 o'clock, I believe, anyway. Not entirely sure what he's playing these days. I think he was sort of twiddling around with Pokemon the card game last week, but I might be mistaken. I can never remember. But either way, He might be doing something new or continuing the Pokemon card game. Anyway, your other option between now and Wednesday would be tomorrow night with Mr. Can't Sleep Must Paint, 9 o'clock once again.
Now, in the water, they did it. A Ghostface Heraclix would be awesome. Ooh, I was going to look up. Got an earphone in. You could have electrocuted me. I would have died on stream.
And someone would have definitely clipped his death on stream. But apparently, I think he got spritzed. My preview's a little bit too small to see properly. But I heard a spritz, and there was suggestion of electrocution, which suggests maybe water of some kind. But nonetheless, that is for tomorrow's entertainment, and I will be back Wednesday afternoon, I believe. Most likely, anyway. Where we'll be doing something. It's the hodgepodge of hilarity, so there's never really a plan. But I will probably try a little bit more of that potion craft. See if we can do a little more of that, see? Might even play a bit more Rocket League, so it might be exactly the same as last week's hodgepodge of hilarity, just the other way round, perhaps, I don't know. Because I do enjoy a bit of Rocket League every now and again. It's a nice one to dip in and out of, which makes it perfect for the old hodgepodge. And then Thursday we'll be doing Dragon Quest and Graveyard Keeper once again, and then back to SaturJay, where we shall do more World of Final Fantasy and hopefully redeem the failure that was this week's attempt at beating some slimes that got the better of me. Anyway, I won't bother doing any raids today. I will just say cheerio and then end the stream. So here goes. Cheerio.